The first thing is that for Viksit Bharat, there has to be economic prosperity. That's a no-brainer. In order to facilitate that economic prosperity, there has to be growth. And for that growth, national resources have to be there. When I say national resources, I mean not just the capital that is there in the country and which comes from outside the country, but also to facilitate the generation of profits, reserves, taxes, and all of the resources that India has, both monetarily and in terms of the huge capability that we have as a nation in terms of people, our capability, our technology. So all of that national resource will really drive the growth and the economic prosperity. At the same time, national resources also need to be utilized for building social infrastructure and sustainability, because that is what will also drive inclusion and participation. Because just economic prosperity without inclusion and participation, active participation of every citizen of the country, without that side of it, we cannot expect that we will achieve a Viksit Bharat. When a lot of foreign investors come to see me and they ask me my views on the economy, and I say to them, look, I'm not an economist, so please take what I say with a pinch of salt, but I'm a markets person. I find it hard to think in terms of models. I like to look at simple data. And to me, there are two important sets of data that I look at when I need to figure out on what kind of trajectory India is from an economic perspective. The first set of metrics I like to look at is taxes. Because taxes are a reality. There is no assumption, there is no model, and nobody pays taxes unless they have to. So, with the growth in taxes, whether it is the GST collections, month on month on month, the way the chart looks, quarter on quarter, if you look at the advance tax, and many of our investors from overseas are not very familiar with the fact that we have a concept of advance tax. So when I share with them that really what is happening every time an advance tax date comes is that the entire corporate sector and every individual is making a projection for the entire year, and this is the forward-looking statement that they are making through their payment of taxes. So when the tax collections are so robust, it is a conclusion for me, without needing any other models, that our economy is already on that trajectory. We are not just waiting anymore, it's already happening. The second set of metrics that I like to look at is energy consumption, power consumption, because that is to me a reflection of the real economy. Because while profits and taxes sometimes, particularly with the domination of the financial sector, can look somewhat different from what is happening at the ground level. But energy consumption, power consumption, when you look at that and you see that month on month on month, of course, adjusted for the cyclicality, we all know that in our country we have a cyclicality of power consumption, the trend line is again hugely positive. So to me, we are already well on our path towards this Viksit Bharat, and that in fact puts even more responsibility on each one of us who are part of the financial sector, particularly the sector where capital formation has to take place. From our side in SEBI, we think of capital formation as having two sides of the coin. One is creating the capital for industry to fuel growth. The second is wealth creation in the hands of the citizens of the country. So it's very important to us from an inclusion point of view that this growth which is happening in the country, the next decade which is going to be so wonderful for us, and the wealth that is going to get created, it also needs to go into the hands of the common person in the country, every citizen of the country.